Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Todd Coons, and typically everything I do here is about photography. I'm a commercial photographer in South Carolina, do a lot of advertising, events, corporate stuff, whatever I can do to make a living is what I do photography-wise. But on this channel, I kind of hope to inspire you and show you what I do and, I don't know, maybe kickstart a little bit of the photography bug in you guys. I don't know. But anyway, for the last few weeks, I have been dealing with Hurricane Helene. If you haven't watched the channel recently, you may not know that here in South Carolina, we got hit pretty hard. My house actually got hit by a gigantic tree. And so I've been dealing with that and not been doing a whole lot of photography lately. I actually had some photo shoots canceled. I did one last week. I actually have another one tomorrow. So we're getting back into the swing of things, but I want to get back into the studio because this is one of my favorite places to be to create pretty photographs, artistic stuff. That's what we're going to do today. Do something a little on the artsy side. And what I have in mind, I have a little bit of a vision. We'll see where it goes. It may change as we're going, but the gigantic tree that hit my house has been cut up, sliced up, taken out to the street, and in the process of them doing all that, I have snagged a few of the smaller pretty pieces. I actually had them cut me one big piece that I thought maybe we could someday make a table out of. It's about 6 inches thick and it's 3 feet. It's an oak tree that's 3 feet across, and I asked them just to cut a couple inches and they cut me 6 inches, and it's so big I can barely move it. So I don't know what I'll do with that, but I got a bunch of little pieces. I've gone out and scavenged a bunch of oak leaves. The squirrels have devoured most of the acorns, or I thought those would have made a nice prop for my photograph. But I'm just going to do something kind of artsy and fun with the shapes of the leaves and the pieces of wood that I have. We had part of the house that was destroyed, and that was some old painted white boards. I'm going to use those as backdrops underneath these, I think. And we're just going to kind of play and have fun and do something artistic, you know, something kind of black and white, Ansel Adams, lots of detail. It might end up in color, I don't know. I just need to get back in the studio. You guys know how it is. We need to create, we need to be artists, we need to get out of this funk that I've been doing with no power and internet and trees on my house, and I don't know, it's just crazy. Insurance, all the crazy stuff that follows a catastrophe like this. Want to have a little bit of fun, so that's what I'm going to do. We'll see where it goes. Okay, I think I got kind of a cool setup. I don't know whether I should do a whole bunch of leaves, which I did grab, and I did find some acorns, or just one leaf. I kind of like the just one leaf look. I haven't lit anything yet, but that's kind of a fun shot. I don't even hate the lighting, so we might do something different. Do I need to light it dramatically? Do I need to light it, you know, soft like that? I'm not really sure. I do think maybe a couple acorns in there could be neat. Unfortunately, all the acorns that I found are detached from the tops here, and they don't want to just sit like this. So I'm going to hot glue them together so they'll stay together. Okay, that ought to work. Okay, I placed the acorns in there. Let me show you kind of the placement here. Kind of liking that. All right, so let's get some light on it. I may just use this light here. This is a LED light. I might just put that on it. See where it takes me. I may like that just fine and not break out the strobes. Boy, I don't hate it. Okay, so let's get a initial shot. Now, one good thing about mirrorless cameras is that what you see on the screen is what you're going to get. As long as you have it in live view, it's exactly what you're going to get. So, I mean, it makes it super simple. There's no calculating a flash or anything like that. I'm going to go to about let's go F11. I'm going to put this on a 2-second timer. I want my hands off of the camera as it actually takes the picture. 160 ISO, F11. In order to get a good exposure, it looks like I'm at about a half a second. And I'm actually going to go to 8.5. 8.5, half a second, ISO 160, 2-second exposure. Let me show you that. That's the image. I don't know. It's close. Very close. I think some of the corners are a little bit too bright. Takes away from the center of the image. So we're going to downplay that a little bit. But I think we'll be close. We'll do another one after I tweak a little bit. I don't know if this is going to work very well, but this is one of my tricks that I often do. Is I've got these glasses that I put, and they kind of block the light. They don't block it completely, and if you have a more specular light, it'll do some kind of streaky stuff. A soft light like that, I don't know if it's going to do enough. I'm really liking what that black card is doing. That's just creating a shadow right here, and let's see. Yeah, there's where I was. You can see my card just a tiny bit right over there. Either need to pull that out or come in just a bit. Okay, one thing that I think is still a little on the hot side is this branch over here. So I think what I might do is simply take this card. That's going to be way easier said than done. I guess we'll kind of, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is just hold that in during the exposure. I guess I could attach it to that C-stand arm over there, and then I'd have it right where I want it. So maybe that's the professional thing to do, isn't it? Let's be professional here. Now the trick will be to get it in there to where it's blocking only what I want it to do. Let's try that. Oh, definitely better. All right, let me show you. I don't think it's a black and white shot. I like it in color, and I'll show you why. I really like the greenery around it. I'm liking that a lot. So we're at 1 second, F10, 160 ISO, LED light, straightforward. 85 centimeter Octabox that I normally use all the time. It's got the grid on it. The only difference is I'm not doing a strobe today. Black card shading this left corner that was too hot. The glasses are knocking the light down on the top. And then of course that card that's in front of the light, it's knocking the light down on this side so it doesn't get too bright over here. The only thing I can think is maybe to do another version with a green leaf, because I do have a few of those. Let's see if I have one that's, oh, that's always good. Here's a green one that's about the same size. Any better? No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to take this into the computer and see how it looks before we rip everything down. But I think for just a fun, artistic image, that's going to be a keeper. Now, like I said, one of the biggest joys of my little career is being in the studio. I've always enjoyed being in the studio. I love just creating and futzing and getting everything just right and coming up with ideas. And the biggest thing is just to do it. You just got to get in here and start making your ideas come to life. And I get visions all the time. You know, I could do a shot like this, or come up with an idea to do something else. So eventually you just got to get in here and do it. So that is half the fun. Okay, I brought those into the computer and they are not as sharp as I would like them to be. This might be one of the reasons why I like to shoot with strobes rather than long exposures. I'm going to put this on manual focus too, because maybe it's jumping around in a way that I don't. So let's try this again. Don't shake the floor. Okay, 1 second exposure. Let's see if we're sharp. That sure looks sharp here. Okay, let's get this one in the computer. Honestly, I think if I was walking around on this hardwood floor and it was bouncing at all, at a 1 second exposure, that might be just enough to keep it from being sharp. Okay, I think that looks a whole lot better. Let's bring that into Photoshop. Now, one of the things that I really like to do, especially in a controlled situation like this, is to come straight out of the camera as close to being done as I possibly can. Now, Photoshop, Lightroom are all fabulous tools, but when you're this controlled, I should be able to come very, very close. If you're a photographer or you've ever heard photographers talk about the amount of hours and time they spend editing, you know, my thinking is if you do it right in camera, you're not going to spend a lot of time editing. You know, different jobs yield different results, and you know, sometimes you're on the fly and you can't control it as much. In this case, I have a lot of control. I am going to put a little bit of vignetting on it, which just darken the edges a little bit. Let's see, I'm going to give it maybe just a smidgen of saturation so it pops just a little bit. Maybe bring up the exposure in the middle just a little bit. I really like that. I do think I'm going to crop it. We'll do it in Photoshop. I don't really love that corner. We'll just bring it in a little bit. I think I can lose a little bit on this side too. Kind of like that. And I think I'm okay with that. Winner. All right, guys, let me know what you thought of that shot. It was just a fun day to get into the studio and get back into doing something that I love when I've been dealing with hurricane fallout for the last couple of weeks, and it's still going on. I'm now jumping into the dealing with the insurance company stuff, which by and large, they've been great. The damage that was done to the house is so big, and there's so much to it. It's just a little overwhelming, but we'll get through that too. So it's nice to take a break, get in the studio, and take some of the things that were a result of the storm, those pieces of wood, and do something kind of fun with it. And I just love being in the studio. You guys know that. Turned out a little bit differently today because I didn't get the strobes out, which is not my norm. I'll be honest with you. I like strobes better. A 1 second exposure just brings in some other issues. I know you can see the light just nice and neat, but I like working with a strobe. There's more power, there's more control, there's just, I don't know, I think it works better overall for me and the way I like to shoot. So I'm happy with the results, but I don't think it's changed my mind as far as, you know, not going with strobes and using LED lights. So let me know what you guys think about that. Maybe some of you love using LED hot lights. Some of you like to use strobes. I'd love to hear everybody's opinions. Let me know what you thought of the shot. If you haven't thought about subscribing, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. And always, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.